Yes.
I'm grabbing my mic.
Earth to Emily.
Wow, I've got one of those deep, manly voices today.
Ooh, I like it. I like it.
If I just lose my voice at some point today, you may be flying solo, girl. I could make a lot of grimaces from the side of the table and you could interpret them. Oh, I sound much worse on the microphone than I do in real life.
Isn't it fun? It's kind of sexy.
It's not. I sound.
Yes, it is. I love sounding like that. I wish I sounded like that.
This is not a good sound.
It's a great sound.
Okay.
It's fun to be different people. Admit it.
Yeah, it is. But
It is.
this one's slightly different. Okay.
Hey, good morning.
Morning.
Glad you just crawled in here.
I know.
It's great that you did. I just was wondering if you'd actually make it.
Yes. It's my first time out of the house in like 7 or 8 days. Or something.
Since the last show that we did.
Mm-hmm. No, wait. I did go out of the house.
You skied last Friday.
Yep. I skied
ago.
last Friday. It was fine. Everything was fine. Mm-hmm. And we skied on Saturday too at my dad's house at his rope tow. And we roller skated on Sunday. And I was feeling not quite right. Mm-hmm. I tried out my new roller skates and I was really bad. And I am really bad. So that wasn't like what was wrong really, but I was extra bad and something wasn't right. And then it came Sunday night. And I missed the entire week. I have no idea who I am or what happened or where I was, but
yeah, there was a week. There was one. I can vouch for it. I participated in it.
It was mostly a week of pain and moaning and torture, but all is much better now.
I'm just so sorry.
It's okay.
I feel responsible somehow.
No.
Just because you know why? Because I was having a pretty good week while you were.
I'm glad.
You were suffering.
I hope everybody was having a good week. I'm feeling really happy right now because, like, that's over.
Yeah.
And I have a weight taken off me too because I got terribly, terribly sick because I had an I.U.D. that was pumping hormones into me taken out, and my body went into like a crazy shock from not having synthetic hormones. But I just, as it starts to clear off it started to clear up last night, and this morning I feel great. I mean, I have this head cold still going on, but whatever, I don't care about that. But I feel like a new person. I feel like those hormones for 7 years actually made me not me. I feel like I'm way happier all of a sudden.
Yeah. Amen, sister.
It could just be because I'm not like moaning and retching and clutching my stomach after a whole week of horribleness. But
No.
I do have a feeling that the hormones affected me in lots of ways that I didn't know about.
Yeah, I always advised my daughters not to get the hormone I.U.D.
Yeah. They trick you though.
They sell it hard.
They tell you, oh, it's just localized. All it's doing is letting its tiny little faint, hormones out just in your uterus. It doesn't travel through your bloodstream. It doesn't. Well,
Yeah,
of course
ha,
it
ha.
does. Of course it does.
Ha ha.
I'm sorry. If you're a woman, anything that happens in your uterus is just all over your body.
Yeah, that's true.
So don't give me that BS. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm also ticked about?
But
When they pulled this out last week and told me it was perfectly fine and they're pretending like I'm crazy that this happened. I earlier in the year I was supposed to get a normal physical and I did. And during your physical, usually you get your blood drawn and they just do the battery of tests on it. And that didn't happen for me because they hadn't told me that I had to fast before I got my blood drawn. So I got to the lab and they said, oh, have you eaten anything today? And I said, yeah, of course. And they said, oh, you weren't supposed to. You had to fast. So I skipped the blood drawing part. So when I went in for this regular gyno visit, I said, I need to reschedule my blood work done because for my normal physical, I didn't have it done last time. So they said, okay, we'll call that in. And I went down to the lab and I said, oh, I didn't come last time because I didn't fast. And they said, you don't have to fast. And I was just already irritated because I feel like everyone's jerking around. Mm-hmm. I'm like, fine, good. I did fast. So here, take my blood. So they sucked 4 vials of my blood out and made me super woozy. And then I got my lab results back this week. And I asked them to test for everything. The only thing they tested for was HIV, which I'm like, I know I don't have HIV. You don't need to test. Wow. So why do you need to draw 4 vials of blood out of someone just to test for HIV?
that's
Because you could test for HIV with like a piece of hair.
yeah.
So that is effed up. And I'm like, I basically hate my doctors right now. Sorry. I love doctors in general. And I'm like, I mean, not all of them. But in general, I'm very respectful of doctors and people who want to help other people. But I didn't feel like a lot of people wanted to help me.
Yeah. Oh gosh. I know. It's tough. It's tough. It's really tough.
Anyway,
It's very tough.
I won't go on about that anymore. But
It's okay. I'm just so glad that you made it through to today.
where's the rest of my blood? What do they do with it?
I don't know.
I'm just confused.
Yeah, it seems like a violation of sorts.
You can't just take people's blood.
Yeah, the things that have become normal that we don't question.
They just threw it away, I bet. They just wasted it.
Yeah. Well, you know what?
What?
You should hang out. I decided you should hang out with baby sloths.
Oh, I love baby sloths, Kristina.
Yeah.
Have you seen the video of them being wrapped in the bandages that look like little
Yes.
pajamas?
And I'm going to get you one.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, that's how I felt when I heard how sick you were this week. I thought she needs a baby sloth.
One time I was feeling a little bit better, and Ira and I watched that video, and it did make me feel much better.
Yeah.
They just were so sweet.
Yeah.
And they had some sort of skin infection.
Oh.
So they were being slathered with like lard. I didn't understand that part. They had some sort of bad mite, so they were being slathered with lard and then wrapped in bandages that looked like little pajamas.
Well, you were also hallucinating, so
I was. Today I'm just like, wow, world, look at you. I haven't seen you for a while and you're crazy.
yeah. Yeah.
I am a little still hallucinating. I probably shouldn't have
Yeah.
driven.
Well, we are
I
we are
also-
getting less peanut butter in our peanut butter jars. So,
What?
it's true. There's less Jif in your Jiffy.
Oh, don't bite. I think it's Jif that has a certain percent of other matter, which is like
Other matter like rodent hair.
and I don't remember if it's Jif
Yeah,
actually, but it's one of those really mainstream. Maybe it's Peter Pan. It's one of those like
There's only a couple mainstream.
it's
Peanut
it's
butters.
either Jif or Peter Pan. I
They're
don't
all
know.
the same. It's just like
I want
the
to say
car.
it's Jif.
It's just like the Volkswagen emissions scandal. It wasn't just Volkswagen. It was all of them were cheating, as it turns out. It's just Volkswagen was less good at hiding it. So, but back to the peanut butter just for a minute, so I don't leave you hanging on that.
You don't
So-
buy Jif peanut butter, do you?
No, but if you look, well, I don't know, every 5 years or so, some Jiffy peanut butter shows up in my house, and I have it. I never know what to do with it, whether to put it in the fridge or not.
I don't think you have to. We always refrigerate peanut butter, but I guess you don't. People don't know. Oh, I use that kind to bait the mouse traps.
Yeah. Well, it's what they did was they actually, if you look on the bottom of a jar of peanut butter, they've made it concave. So there's less peanut butter. It's gone down from 18 ounces to 16.3, but they charge you the same amount.
They do that with a lot of wine bottles. Have you noticed that the wine bottles have the thing that goes way up inside of the bottom?
Yeah, same with cereal boxes. Because you don't notice when you
do that. You can't do that with a cereal box.
Well, it's not concave. No, it's thinner. But you can't.
Oh, they are thinner.
Yeah,
you're right.
You can't see it from the front. But by the time you pick it up and throw it into your basket,
you're too lazy to pick it back out.
It's too late.
Yeah.
You've already made that commitment to Fruit Loops or whatever.
And your depth perception is kind of off when you're in the grocery store anyway. You maybe not will notice.
Yeah, the lights, the fluorescent lights, I think they make you, they put you into an altered state.
They dry my eyes out. I'm always squinting in the grocery stores.
I can't go to the big grocery stores because of the lights.
I probably have to go tomorrow.
Well, give yourself a little more time to recover before you subject yourself to the grocery store.
Bad because John took care of all of us all week, and the kids and me, and I don't even know what else he took care of. He took care of every single thing. Yeah. There's a lot of things to take care of in our life, and I don't know how he did it all.
Well, sometimes you do it. I think you both take turns.
And I was oblivious to anything.
What is the show?
Oh, yeah, 11th Hour Radio.
Oh,
and
right.
that's Kristina, and I'm Emily, and I don't always sound like this.
I'm so jealous. I want to sound like that.
You want me to come over there and breathe on you, and you can maybe sound like this in a few days? Actually, I don't. I think that I have a head cold on top of this other thing. One of the hormone symptoms, hormone withdrawal symptoms, was like flu, cold, cough kind of thing. But I think this is a regular cold.
Yeah.
I don't think. I know my body, and I knew all that other stuff that was going on in my stomach and the aches and the sweats and the chills and the pain. I knew that was the hormones, but this is all me.
Well, it weakens your immune system, so your immune system gets compromised by any major event like that.
Yeah,
so
and it was stressful, and whenever I get stressed, sometimes I get sick.
Yeah, of course,
so.
we all do that.
I was sobbing uncontrollably about random, really dumb things.
That's why you look so good. You see, you had a cleansing. That's good. You get it all out. You get that crap out.
I think my skin is going to get better now too because, so for the whole entire last week, I would sweat so much that I could wring out my shirt. It was gross. But I would wake up at night and my fingers were all pruny from sweating. It was creepy.
That's awesome.
But that's got to be good for you to sweat a lot, right?
Yeah.
It's very good. Those bugs are back, Kristina. I see you.
Oh, the box elder bugs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I interrupted.
That's okay.
You said a long time ago.
Those bugs have managed to survive despite the demise of the box elder tree. They all came here to.
They're like
this was the life raft. Radio station was the life raft.
It was.
Yeah. So, okay, so we're going to get you some baby sloths. That's good. And let's see. I thought, is this distracting you? You see this? Is that distracting you?
What, that little,
the little thread? It's a
thread?
Thread that's coming out of my sweater.
No, I didn't notice it because your hair covered it. Because you've kind of got that whole, Adam and Eve, your hair covers up your boobs thing going on right now. I used to do that. I used to have hair that covered up my boobs, and then I stopped doing that.
Uh-huh.
I liked it, though, when it covered up my boobs, but...
Mm-hmm.
Yours probably don't entirely cover it. I don't know, because you're wearing a shirt, but it appears to at the moment. Nope, it doesn't. Never mind.
Yeah. Well, I was going to...
pulled thread on your sweater is not distracting me.
Okay. I just wanted to check. I thought that's the kind of thing that would just, pull your attention away, because you'd want to fix it with your OCD. But I'll cover it back up with my hair.
You don't ever want to cut those. You go the back side of your sweater and get a little pin or something, and you can pull it through the other side.
That's what my mom used to do.
She's a smart lady.
Yeah, so that's what I was gonna ask you is how do you do that? Because I don't know how you do that.
That's how you do it.
With a pin?
You can use a pin or any little a crochet hook or anything. You just go to the other, turn your shirt inside out, or just pull it around and then find the snag and pull it back through.
You have so many kind of you have so much domestic knowledge.
That I put to absolutely no use ever.
Well, it's just good to have it, I think. So let me look on my list here.
I'm skipping ski runners today. I've never done that in the history of me. Ever.
Yeah.
In the last 5 years, I've never missed the ski runners, but I've only eaten like 3 pieces of toast all week, so I figured hiking around was not going to happen today.
Yeah. I'm so glad that you showed up, though. That's really good.
I figured I had to leave
really
the house
good.
at some point, and I am feeling better. And it was so pretty out. I just couldn't believe how pretty it was. I haven't seen any of this. I haven't seen anything in the world since it got all icy and sparkly.
And shiny.
I couldn't believe the river. It was like the river, and then it went to this like glassy riverbank rocks, and then it did this soft roll of gloss over to the fields. Everything was just pearly and glossy and glistening.
You know, I think when you go through something like you just went through, when you come out the other side, everything looks beautiful.
It was super beautiful.
Which reminds you that actually it is that beautiful, but we lose sight of it.
But I thought every car in back of me was a cop because I was super paranoid because I kind of forgot how to drive.
Oh.
I remembered to be on the right side of the road, but other than that, I was like, okay.
Okay, machine. This is a machine.
You and I have to figure out how to get down there.
Heavy machine. Yeah. So we had another rehearsal.
Oh, cool.
Remember I told you about the last rehearsal?
How'd it go? Did you find a hand drummer?
No. But
I could still try and get you the non-hand drummer. But...
No, it's too late.
Okay.
It's too late. We're sort of beyond help. I mean, this rehearsal was better because everybody at least wanted to be there. And everybody was sort of pitching in. And Duffy showed up with this trumpet player from the local high school.
That's cool. That is actually where you can pick off some of your best talent.
Yeah, well, she was great. She had a good attitude. I really liked her. However, she played her trumpet solo in the wrong key. And I wanted to give her a break because, we didn't give her any music to read because I don't read music. We don't write anything down. We just sort of make assumptions about other people that, of course, they're just going to figure it out.
Right.
But, I think we're just not going to have a band.
Okay. How are you going to do this?
It's just going to play the two of us. It's so much easier.
That sounds good.
We'll be fine. It's too complicated to have a band. Who wants a band?
I think you do need some percussion, though. Can you at least find like a bassist?
No, I hate musicians. I'm not.
I know, but
I'm done with them now. I've made a life choice. It's all over.
That's gonna go over well in your recording studio world.
Well, I like them there. I can, we have a relationship there that's
How can
respectful.
you not know any hand drummers?
Oh, I just couldn't think hard enough. I got too many things to figure out. So I had to do my taxes, and I can't find a hand drummer.
Is it that time again?
Let's not talk about it because I'm sort of depressed about it.
Yeah, my good mood will leave.
I'm just depressed because the money goes to making war, and that really disturbs me.
Cool. We should have our country, whatever. They can do whatever they think they need to be doing right now, even if the majority of the population isn't agreeing with them. Whatever. But when you pay your taxes, there should be a multiple choice section on where you want your tax money to go.
Absolutely.
And
yes, because
they can be all the things that, tax money gets spread out to anyway, but you should be able to specifically say, I don't support this in any way, shape, or form. I want my tax money to go to education or roads, or they can just do the dozen biggies.
Yeah.
So you have plenty of choices.
I am so down with that.
And, I would be way happier paying my taxes if I knew that my money was going where I supported my money going.
Me too. It's just getting to a real tipping point where it feels wrong. It feels morally wrong to be letting all that money just funnel down to Washington. I can't take it anymore.
Well, and I don't even I don't believe in war, but even if I did believe in war, I would believe in the kind of war that maybe we used to have, the kind of war where actual bad stuff needed to be dealt with instead of, we want what they have, let's go get it.
Yeah.
Or we don't like how they're living, even though it's none of our business. Let's go and change that. Those are not reasons to have a war. I feel bad for the men and women who go and fight because they are misguided. They think that they are fighting for their country's freedom still. You know what? You're not fighting for your country's freedom. You're not fighting for anything of the sort. You're fighting for the agenda of people who have a lot of money and have decided where they want.
Yeah, it is. It's come to that.
Warring to happen.
It's definitely come to that, and I
don't think that's fair.
No, it's not fair. It's not fair at all.
And these people are actually truly, the people who sign up to fight are actually truly, they believe that they're being patriotic and they're being good to their country. They're not even being told that like what they're doing isn't good for their country. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I think that's mean. Mm-hmm. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I think you said it. I think you said it succinctly and you said it clearly, and it's really not more complicated than that. You know, you can make very complicated arguments, but I think we need to stop making complicated arguments.
Let's just all be nice. What is the big deal about being nice? Everyone's mom probably told them that once, or if they didn't have a mom, somebody nice to you told you just be nice. If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything. Or just be kind, and that is all you have to do.
Yeah, the people that can't be nice should be sent to the corner. It's as simple as that. So
I agree.
Okay, so it's time for our first musical number.
Oh, good. And
which
who is it? Other than not your brother?
It's David Carpenter.
Oh, I know him.
Yeah, fiddle player.
I think so.
I dug out an old
from
CD
Callis
called,
or
yes,
Woodbury.
I do. No, wait, where's he from? Cabot?
Yeah, it's
maybe?
one of those.
Yeah, and I used to play with him sometimes. We used to do some gigs, and I had the CD. I think it's called Tapping the Traditions, maybe. Let's see. This is Pay to Howe, Gal with a Blue Dress. There might be a third song, but we'll find out. Here we go. David Carpenter and Friends. you, David Carpenter.
Very
and
nice.
Friends.
Nice job.
Yeah, I love discovering these CDs that I have squirreled away.
Squirreled.
Yeah, there are just so many musicians kicking around in their kitchens and woodsheds.
True.
I mean, you can play in the woodshed in the summer.
That's
Maybe
true.
not this time of year.
Garages are classic practice zones. Why is that? Do they have good acoustics?
No, it's because people go out there and make noise. So they have to
right.
be out there away from
Right.
everybody else. I was just saying that to somebody yesterday, that boys have a more of a tradition of, making noise, going out in the garage.
But how come the iTunes app is called GarageBand?
Yes, because a lot of rock bands start in the garage. Because you have to make noise and sound terrible for a long, long time. And then all of a sudden, you wake up one day and you're actually good.
Sweet, here comes a train. I see it.
You can see the train? I can't believe my back is to it. What's it
Yes.
look like today?
The same as last week.
No, but describe it. Come on.
Oh, it's got bright lights and it's zooming along and the sun is like reflecting off of it as it goes by. But now I can't see it anymore. Sorry.
But that's the magic of the train, is that it goes by. And then you're left with this feeling of longing, Yeah. Just being anywhere but here.
I know. I'm a little bit loggy for the couch, but I'm mostly okay.
Yeah.
Mostly good.
Well, I'm glad that my daughter Anna saw your post about IUDs because she didn't tell me. She told you because of that post, evidently, that she had
she's
had the same
issues.
bad experience. Yeah. And I didn't know. And this
Tons of people have.
Yeah. But it brought up this idea to me that, unfortunately, my kids have learned from me to just sort of rough it and not, they kind of tough it out and they don't always tell me the bad stuff that happens to them until years later. And
well, I think you get kind of trained to not worry your mom because your mom always worries automatically. And yeah, my first instinct whenever I have something upsetting or sad is not to call my mom.
Yeah.
Because I don't want her to get upset. Because she's usually already pre-upset about everything anyway. So you don't want to add to that.
I suppose. I used to tell my mother everything.
Wow. You were one of those?
I was.
Whoa.
We had a good relationship that way. And she was non-judgmental.
That's amazing.
The only thing she ever judged me for and got mad at me for, and I swear, I think my mom got mad at me once in my life. And it was when we were hiking in the Adirondacks. It was me and my mom and my friend Lori and her mother. So the four of us were hiking. And we were probably junior high school kids. We came down the trail. It was a hot day, and there was this beautiful pond. And Lori went running ahead, stripped off her clothes, and jumped in. Now, I was more shy than that. But because I was with my friend and she had done it, I thought, what the heck? I'm going to do it too. So I ran down there and I stripped off my clothes and I jumped into the water. My mother was so mad.
Really?
She is such a prude. I mean, she's not conservative politically, but she's very modest. She's
Right.
English, she's very
Yes.
proper in a certain sense. And that just offended her sensibilities. It went over the line for her. And that was probably the only time in my life that she got truly mad at me and scowled.
It's really sad. This is scarring to you. This is why you are so always covered up. This is why you don't own a bathing suit. This is why you won't wear shorts.
Yeah. It's true. It's my mom. Don't show anything. So I'm cool with that. I'm down with it.
No, though, you should.
Your
you
stuff
should.
sticks out anyway. You don't have to expose it.
It
can
sticks
see
out
it.
anyway.
You know what? I mean, even if it's covered with cloth, it's there. So what's, why not?
I don't know.
I know.
Sometimes it feels nice to be just running around naked.
I guess I just didn't grow up that way. I don't know how to do that. I'm going to have to learn. I mean,
We
I
used
don't know
to
if I
run
can
around
learn. I think I'm
naked a
too
lot.
old to learn that, but I don't know.
You're not too old, but it is too cold. So
I'm
don't worry about
embarrassed
it.
around my cats to
Your cats-
change my pants.
Your cats are pretty judgy Judgersons. They look They'd totally give you the hairy eyeball. Yeah, what are you doing?
Well, I was thinking about
One of them
how-
is blind now, though, so you have less to worry about. You have
Well-
1/3 less judgment.
Well, yeah, I guess you're right. But, you know, it's really, when you live with cats, it's really hard to describe what you talk about with them. And I think if the NSA was recording, I mean, the NSA is probably recording everything we do. And if I could hear a playback of what I say to my cats, I think I'd be pretty appalled. I think there'd be hell to pay, frankly.
I think you should make a pamphlet of everything you say to your cats. That would be a really interesting one.
Maybe I should record it for my own benefit, because I'll probably never get the tapes
I
from
think it would be funny and good. Yeah.
I think it would be great. We could start a website with
I say weird things to my
conversations that
cats.
people talk.
I ask them questions.
This is a good project for us, because I think it would reveal a certain part of human character that for some reason people, they're not able to act out these words with other people, with other humans. They can only act out with the animals.
When you talk to your cat, do you immediately give yourself a response in your cat's voice? Because that's what I do.
Oh, no.
Oh.
No, I look for the response in the cat.
Oh, I already got the response, ready, and I say it.
But are you actually saying
Is that a coyote or a screaming child?
Wait, don't change the subject to coyotes. We're not on canines. We're on felines.
Sorry, go.
Do you actually feel their response and you're just reiterating it in human language? That's a child. That's not a coyote.
Okay, it sounded really coyote.
That's the daycare.
Well, I say to them oh, what do you want to eat? and then I say back in their voice, I want that stinky fish, Mom. So I already know I already know what they want to say when I ask them.
Yeah, I don't talk when I feed my cats. I don't talk. I want food time to just be wordless. I put the food in the bowl, and I do sort of like a rhythmic dance, because I've got 3 cats, and I have to do the procedure of putting the bowls down in exactly the same way every single night, or they get upset and they won't eat.
Oh.
So it's like Tai Chi almost.
That sounds
The tuna goes in the bowl.
intriguing.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate the smell of their gross food.
That's why I don't get cat food. I will only feed them tuna fish.
But I hate the smell of tuna fish.
I would rather poison them with mercury than have to smell cat food, frankly.
I feel bad because I am very sensitive to smells. I always have been, but I can deal with all the smells except for things relating to cats.
Well, there's something wrong with cat food.
There's something wrong with
There's
cats.
something really... What?
They're just...
No,
why
it's
do
not.
All they ever do is clean themselves. So why are they literally the stinkiest
The
creatures?
smell of cat food does not reflect cats themselves.
I'm not talking about their food. I'm talking about their poo. Cat poo is probably the thing that would make me... And I have a really, really strong stomach. Nothing... I could look at the grossest thing in the world or smell the grossest thing in the world, and I'm not going to throw up. But if I have to look and smell like cat poop, I will throw up.
Well, here's the thing. In a perfect world, those little cat turds disappear. As fast as they are created, they disappear. And so that's my philosophy with cat turds. I get after them immediately. I smell them. I've got a very heightened sense. Okay, there's one that's being created. I'm going to chase it down and I'm going to incinerate it.
What on?
I do.
What the hell? Do they eat to be that disgusting?
They're eating the awful cat food.
I guess so.
That's why I think there's something wrong with cat food. I really do. So I just would encourage people not to support that industry. We don't know what they chop up and put in there, and I really have my doubts.
Yeah.
So, yes. So that's what I have to say about that. A bird hit my window.
Oh, no.
I got back from the radio show last week, and I walked into my house, and I promptly heard this huge thump. And you know the sound. You know the sound of a bird.
Sound.
And you also can tell, the level of injury by how loud the sound is. And I knew it was a fatality. I knew it. So I went outside, and it was a ruffed grouse.
Oh my God. What?
Yes, and it was lying.
A ruffed grouse hit your window?
Yes, it's bizarre. It's never happened before, and its beautiful wing was outstretched, so I could see like all the incredible feathers. And it was
you took a picture of it.
Yeah, I thought it was a hawk, but it wasn't. I contacted Brian. And
I
he said
saw
no.
you put a picture that you said it was a hawk feather, and I did not think it was a hawk feather.
Well, good for you. But a lot of people probably who know birds knew that I misidentified it.
It's because my mom and dad had a pet ruffed grouse, so I recognized those feathers. But
yeah, so it died, and I put it in a basket with some hay. I couldn't think of what to do with it, but I didn't want to. I didn't want to give it a disrespectful.
You could put it in a Ziploc bag and put it in your freezer and give it to Jack.
No, I didn't. I just could not put it next to the frozen peach slices and the gel packs. It didn't feel right to me.
Oh, ours is. We have half of our freezer is dead creatures.
I know,
and
mine is not. Mine is like dead fruit. So I couldn't do it. So now it's in my woodshed in a nice little basket resting on a piece of hay, and it's frozen solid like a block of ice. And I wanted to ask you, how do you harvest those feathers?
I think you just pull on them, but it seems kind of mean. I don't know. I don't go around plucking.
I sent out an email to like a Native American tribe out in Canada asking them like what to do with it.
That
to
seems
respectfully,
a little extreme. You actually sent an email to a Native American tribe?
I did. They're probably never going to get back to me because it was the stupidest thing.
You could just ask like Jack or Brian or anybody except for me because I just happen to not know.
I just thought in Canada, like far in British Columbia, these people are having blockades against the oil companies, and I thought they would know about how to pluck feathers out of a bird. It made sense to me at the time.
All right. Okay, good. I support that.
I did a lot of weird things this week. I did a bunch of weird things. You know what I did?
I did too, apparently. I just can't really remember them.
Well, you can get a lot. You ordered something online.
Ooh, what?
Yeah. You can order some really cool stuff.
I know. I order some cool stuff sometimes too because I hate to shop, so I can...
You know what I got?
What?
I got a remote spiritual releasement.
Oh, God, no.
I did.
You didn't pay money for that, did you?
Yeah.
Kristina.
Just see if you have a credit card, you can get one.
I think that was probably a bad idea.
No, it's for somebody I know who died. I think they're stuck. I just know they're stuck. So I want to help.
All right. Okay.
They would help me, so I'm going to help them. It's when you're stuck, when you're half here, you're half there. You didn't really.
I would. Okay. I get your initial desire to help, but probably whatever you can order on the internet with a credit card was totally not the way to do it.
Hey, get off my back.
Are you just effing with me right now? No. I can't really tell because I can't even
I like to leave it that way. I don't want to tell you either way.
I hope you are.
The other. You'll never know unless I tell you. But
oh, God.
Yeah, if people really want to know whether I did that, you can send me a stamped self-addressed envelope.
All right. Okay.
What did you buy this week? You buy something better than that?
I don't think I bought anything. Maybe I did. I don't even remember.
You were half dead.
I was half dead.
You were half dead.
Oh.
You were half alive and half dead. You see, that's what I'm talking about. I should have bought it for you.
You should have bought it for me.
It wasn't that expensive. Actually buying 2 of them would have been too expensive, I think. So
Todd has lost something, and I don't know what.
I like his coveralls.
I know. They look brand spanking new.
I'm kind of jealous. I have coveralls with the arms. Those are like...
those are overalls that he's got on. Yeah, I have coveralls too, but I would like some of those overalls.
Those have a nice flannel lining.
Those do?
And then canvas, right? Don't they?
I don't know. I didn't look at the inside of his overalls.
No, but you can tell by the bulk of them that they're lined. I thought, but we'll never know unless we ask Todd.
It's hard to say. Todd's pretty slender. I couldn't tell about the bulk.
Okay. Fair enough.
Of his overalls.
Fair enough.
He should know better than to come in here if he doesn't want to be talked about.
I know. That's for sure. I have to make an on-air correction. Okay. Oh. Last week's show, right at the end,
this has never happened before.
Yes, I stupidly said that my friend Peter Headland played the hardanger fiddle. And I apologize because...
I saw him get after you online.
Yes, he does not play the hardanger fiddle. He plays the nyckelharpas. So let's just get that straight right now.
God's sake.
Okay, for the record.
I couldn't even picture either of these.
I put the pictures up. We posted the pictures of the correct instrument. They're very different instruments.
I guess. See, I'm sort of in a brain fog sometimes.
Yeah, if you
and I see words, but I don't see other things.
Well, I'm not going to ask you to spell nyckelharpa because
you did already. That was a spelling challenge like months ago.
Oh, okay.
And I got it wrong, shockingly.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, it's time for another song. And I see I have one here called Double Wide. I think it's Mark LeGrand and Sarah Monroe.
All right.
So we'll find out.
Double barrel, double wide. Buprenorphine stashed inside. Welfare baby on the floor. She's the one that I adore. What a time we had last night. Uncle Joe shot out the light on the corner in the park. Things look better in the dark. Deadbeat dads and worn out moms. Latchkey kids inventing bombs. Fast food junk and cigarettes haven't hit the bottom yet. God, I hope my truck'll crank. Not much money in the bank. 20 hours at the mill won't even pay the grocery bill. This old world keeps spinning round. Sun comes up, the sun goes down. Got our feet stuck to the ground. This old world keeps spinning round. In his easy chair, nothing's ever easy there. Grandma's out behind the church, covered up with a load of dirt. We'll all end up there one day. Some will curse, some will pray. Me, I'll try to make it rhyme, right up till I'm out of time. This old world keeps spinning round. You're up one day, the next you're down. Got our feet stuck to the ground. This old world keeps spinning round. This old world keeps spinning round. Sun comes up, the sun goes down. Got our feet stuck to the ground. This old world keeps spinning around.
Thank you, Mark LeGrand and Sarah Monroe.
I had my headphones on backwards all this time. What is the world coming to?
I think it was okay.
I didn't even notice.
It didn't alter you. You were still you.
I'm pretty altered.
You were great.
Hey, that gross bout of sickness, though, was a super good diet.
I was thinking of you. I'm saying, well, she's always talking about how fat she is, like every other woman in the Western world.
Like, womb, like 9 pounds.
Yeah,
gone.
It's a great justification for, anorexia and bulimia and,
That's true.
Being like deathly ill. I lost weight.
I wouldn't really want to be deathly ill very often. Weight or no weight. My kid had an Iron Chef competition last weekend.
Oh, yeah.
And I was starting to feel bad, but I went to it. And it was so hysterically funny.
Really? What was funny?
It was just like these three tiny little kids. I mean, three tiny little groups of kids. And they had their little stations set up, and the judges panel was like staring at them, and they were all chopping their little onions and sauteing things up, and it was so
Wait,
cute.
Ira?
Yeah, he loves to cook.
Oh, that's fantastic.
He's a very good cook.
Yeah.
And so for one of his electives this quarter, he had chosen the Iron Chef elective, and his group didn't win, but I think they came right in very, very close second. They made latkes and bacon and sour cream, and they were just cute.
That's really fun, and eating is great. So anything to encourage cooking and eating amongst the youth.
Yep.
Oh, well, I'll tell you, I can't tell you how good it is to just get Saturn out of Sagittarius.
Oh, no.
No,
I knew this was coming.
No, it's been a long 3-year visit. I mean, for the record, I would like to say that Saturn overstayed its welcome. So don't come back for another 27 years, you oversized basketball.
What I would say, not really knowing anything about planets, if I had to pick a favorite planet, I would say Saturn's a pretty one. It's got the rings.
Well, it's powerful. It's got a lot of juju. It's not like we can just get rid of it. We can't get rid of it, but it's not always fun to have it transiting in your sign. That's all.
Just no idea.
I mean, it's not fun. It's not fun, but it's a growthful time. It's a time when you can really, become more self-disciplined and more self-aware and, take yourself to task because karma will do that. Right?
Huh.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I grew. I did a lot of growing.
Wait, this has gone on for 3 years? Is that what you just said?
Yeah. It stays in your sign, in the constellation that you were born under for 3 years.
Tell me how, just give me a very general rundown of how the planets orbit, because I kind of forgot.
Well,
do we go, all right, we all go around the sun. Yeah, I know that. Or
yeah, unless you believe in the flat Earth society.
So the sun's in the middle, and then we all have our own little path that we go around the sun, and we also spin at the same time.
Yeah, so how you can imagine that makes what's going on in the sky really wonky.
So, but what makes a planet go into your sign? Where's your sign?
Well, because the constellation...
Where's your sign in the orbit?
Okay, here's a basic concept, is that the constellations are super far away. They're stars that are outside of our solar system. So they don't move that much relative to us because they just, they're so far away, they just stay in their place.
I just had a total breakthrough. So
but
your
planets,
horoscope sign is actually...
a constellation.
A constellation? That's what this all is based on?
That's what it's about.
Like someone who drew some lines between some stars?
Well, they did that just to give it a
I'm freaking out right now
because
name. That seems even less.
Yeah, well then a planet moves faster relative to the constellations, so it seems to move around in the sky. It can go forward, it can go backward, and when it's going backwards in the sky, it's retrograde.
No, a planet can go backwards. What are you talking about?
Do you really care?
No, but
let's talk about something else.
What they're spinning, then they go backwards.
No, it's not that they spin backwards. They appear to, if they're coming along like this, you know how the sun or the moon goes across the sky? Well, the planets do that too. They just do it slower because they're farther away.
Okay, so retrograde means...
Yeah, so if all that spinning stuff is like going in a certain way, then things seem to be going backwards. It's just relative. It's not actually that they're going backwards.
Like
it's just
when
relative
a plane
to us.
propeller is moving so fast that it looks like it's standing still?
Sure, whatever. Whatever.
All right.
Want a spelling
I'll
challenge?
just pretend. I know. Oh, yeah, that would work great today.
Yeah.
Go ahead, tell me.
Okay.
Maybe I'm so crazy, I'll just get it
All right,
right.
I want you to spell Armageddon. Tick.
Well,
tock,
it would help if my pen
tick,
worked. Hold on a second.
Talk. Tick. Talk. Okay, time's up. Got it?
Armegedon.
No.
I didn't think so, but what is it?
No.
What?
You want me to tell you already?
It kind of looks right.
Well, it does look right. It's just wrong. It's Armageddon. And you know what it means?
Why is there an A? It seems like anytime I think there's an A it's always an E. So I just started automatically putting E's instead of A's.
Yeah, the etymology has something to do with with actual places.
I thought we decided that etymology wasn't a word.
We did?
Or I thought that was bugs.
That's entomology.
Oh, right.
But they're both nice. I like both. I like etymology and I like entomology.
Why are they so close for things that are so far away?
You know the classifiers. But anyway, Armageddon is the place where the last battle between good and evil will be fought. So that's implying that it has not happened yet. But my contention is that, it's cyclical. There are Armageddons of a sort. There's not like one big showdown.
I feel like there's mini Armageddons like everywhere right now.
Exactly.
And inside of us.
It's more of a metaphor. Second spelling challenge.
Okay, hold on. This is literally the crappiest pen I've ever seen. And it's from the University of California, Berkeley Summer Sessions. Is this your pen?
No, I don't use pens like that.
Did you go to Berkeley?
No, I went to Berkeley School of Music. Here.
This says Berkeley Summer Sessions. No, I'm not touching your pen. I'm going to give you a germ. Okay, go again.
Poinsettia.
Oh.
It's exciting, isn't it? It's fun to do spelling challenges.
It's like poinsettia, right?
Yeah. But something's going to surprise you about it. There's something that surprised me about this word.
After point. Oh, is it C or S? Oh my God. Hold on a second. I got to write it a few times with this crap.
Okay. And then we can solve the problem of what to do with a poinsettia after Christmas.
They're poison.
Yeah, that's why my cat started to eat it.
Of course.
I knew it was poison. My cousin gave me the poinsettia, right?
Even though rosemary is okay for humans, do you think it's okay for a cat to eat an entire rosemary tree? Because our cat did.
Well, just see what happens now. I mean, it's too late to backtrack on that.
All right. I just don't know if there's a double T in there or not.
Okay, what do you say?
I say Poinsettia.
That is so close, but you're going to be surprised by this. There is no T in the middle of poinsettia.
Oh, it's
poinsettia.
Okay. I kind of wondered that.
It's actually a plant that's indigenous to Mexico.
Well, it looks kind of...
So it doesn't belong here.
It's very cheerful.
What you supposed to just kind of toss it out into the snow like a Christmas tree?
I don't know. What if you keep it inside and will it rebloom?
It doesn't bloom per se.
It's
or at least
blooming.
Those red leaves are leaves. They're not blooms.
Why are they in the shape of a flower?
Boy.
And if leaves could be in the shape of a flower, why aren't all leaves in the shape of a flower?
I am so stumped by you.
Because that would be pretty.
I am stumped. Yeah.
Then I don't know. I don't think I would want to put it on the compost pile because of its poisonousness. Well,
so my cat, I realized that I had to move the poinsettia so my cats couldn't get to it, so I put it in the sink. Just to buy me some time so I could figure out what to do with it and where to put it. The cat goes in the sink when I'm not looking and takes a big chomp out of it.
Is it delicious?
It must be.
Why are poison things delicious?
I don't know.
That's jerky.
So then I thought, great, is my cat going to die? But nothing happened.
So you know how you're not supposed to dump chemicals on the ground because they make the ground poison?
Yes.
What about poisonous plants? Do they become less poison? Like if you buried that poinsettia, if you dug a little hole, I mean, not right now because there's no digging.
I think it would break down,
But do those poisons continue the way that...
Well, sometimes certain things will create strange soil if there's enough of it.
Do non-synthetic poisons go away?
Well, there's a certain oak leaves have something that's poisonous.
Certain maple leaves, too, are poisonous to horses, so you don't want to let them eat.
Yeah, so it's all relative because things are poisonous to different things, but oak leaves can damage a pond, can kill. If you have a lot of oak leaves that fall into a pond, it can kill fish, I believe.
Oh, right, yeah.
So just don't do it. Just don't drop your oak leaves. I don't know what to do with your
poinsettia. They ought to have, a poinsettia day at the dump when, you can bring your old paint and your toxic hazardous waste in. Yeah. They should have you be able to bring your poinsettia into the dump on hazardous waste day.
Okay, that would be another useless thing that we'd have to do on Saturday morning.
I don't care. That's the box I'm going to check off on my taxes.
Okay.
To pay for toxic waste removal.
Yeah, I understand. I hear where you're coming from. Yeah, so this is completely random, but since we're doing a spelling challenge, this sort of relates. I wanted to
love
talk
that
about.
You say something that's completely random.
You know,
like anything on our show is not completely random.
Well, this is about Microsoft Word, and it's about that function on Microsoft Word called insert. You know what I'm talking about?
No, because I never use Microsoft
Well,
Word.
yeah, but don't you hit it accidentally? Like you're typing along, and by accident you hit insert, and suddenly
I don't even use Microsoft Word.
No.
I just use these little
But listen to what
sticky
happens.
notes.
Listen to what happens, because
What?
you might want to use it because it's sort
Okay.
of fun if it wasn't so annoying. You type a letter and then it erases a letter at the same time. It's amazing and it's entertaining, but it's really
What?
annoying.
How do you get it to stop? That sounds
I
like
don't
something
know.
that...
You just have to keep pressing buttons until the thing goes off.
Oh, that's horrible.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. I think Microsoft Word has some strange...
My delete button right
aspects.
now is like weirdly stuck. So if I push delete, it just starts running backwards as fast as it can.
I've seen that.
And I can't stop it until I go and quickly
I know, you
hit
wanna
the
hit
space
something.
bar or something,
Yeah,
and then it will stop.
It's scary, isn't it? Don't you get like a
don't-
flutter? Like it's,
Yeah,
like
I'm
it's a
what
crisis?
what are you doing?
Yeah, it's I get a panic stricken when that happens. Like my
Also-
whole article could be deleted if I.
It's like the Pac-Man monsters. Eating
Yeah.
it. But also, have you ever noticed when you're typing a Facebook status and you go to delete a couple words, if you hold the delete down too long, so it goes along one letter at a time, and then all of a sudden, if you hold it down for a couple more seconds, it just gobbles
a word,
a
at
word,
a time.
and then it goes even bigger, and it gobbles a whole sentence. Like it just keeps
Yeah.
getting bigger.
You have to be careful using that.
So you really have to tap, tap, tap. You don't want to hold it down.
Yeah, yeah. You know.
Wow, we could have like a show about tech. We could be giving people all kinds of technological advice.
We certainly could. We are so advanced.
It's amazing.
So, but Myra, my God, she almost got eaten up by wild dogs.
I don't think there are any wild dogs. I think there really was just a dog.
Well, she didn't want to walk up her driveway after she
Nobody
spun her.
wants to walk up her driveway.
Well, she spun her car out twice. I mean, she didn't learn the first time. The first time she
No.
like spun out and crashed, and then she said, "Well, I'm going to try this again."
I would never do that.
So she
I
spun
would
out and
never
crashed.
even attempt Myra's driveway because I have far more fear of sliding on ice in a car than I do of wild dogs. Like
I agree with that totally.
I
am
hate
totally
cars
down
on
with
ice.
that. I do not worry about wild dogs at
you know
all.
what? Wild dogs are natural. They were out in the world along with us when we were primitive peoples. Like we can deal with
We
them.
were friends. I mean, dogs and
Yes.
people have been friends
I
for a
am not
long, long
worried about
time. But
anything like that.
cars and people have
We're
not
not
been
meant
friends.
to be hurtling
We're not
around
friends.
in big casements
Yeah,
of metal.
I don't think we're going to be friends with cars until cars can float.
I don't like things that float. Remember, I don't like to fly.
Okay, well, that's stupid, but we'll talk about that more. We have to go.
What?
It's 11:58, I
Oh,
think.
good. I'll go back to my couch. It's perfect timing because my voice is
Wow.
actually
It's coming back.
No, it's
Oh.
a little back, but it keeps cutting out my
I
voice
see.
on a few words. So
Okay,
it's
so it
good.
was just the right amount, I
yeah.
guess.
Yep.
Okay, so we've got a track of music to go out on. I forget who it is, but come to the podcast, come to 11thhourradio.com or go to Apple Podcasts and look up 11th Hour Radio and get it on your phone.
Subscribe to us.
You'll get a new
You'll make us
podcast
so
every
happy.
week. Yeah, and give us a rating of 5 stars somewhere.
That would be so
Somewhere
cool.
in the universe so that we feel valued, so we feel validated, because otherwise we're just like pieces of the aforementioned cat turd. No, it's not that bad. We like ourselves a little bit.
Yes. We hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. It's going to be beautiful.
Yeah.
I think. I'm just making that up, but it feels like it's going to be beautiful.
Yeah, it is. I can guarantee it. So we'll see you next week.
Bye, guys.
Wind in the limbs sings hymns to you as you walk to the water to leave. through your hands. The sands fall like bands of gold as the sun sets over the sea. Still you're starry-eyed and blue. You look to the starboard side, it's true. There will always be a light left on for you. And all that you once knew is fading from view as you sail away from shore. The lighthouse light is painting the night, and the ocean is yours. Still you're starry-eyed and blue. You look to the starboard side, it's true. There will always be a light left on for you. Moon is rising, your sails full of wind. Water looks like glass and you're carving into it. Knots they're climbing as you take the perfect hook. Rudder is guiding you to take one last look. With your starry eyes, you're blue. You look to the starboard side, it's true. There will always be a light left on for you. And you're starry-eyed and blue. Look to the starboard side, it's true. There will always be a light left on